Assalamualaikum. Okay, this week we proceed to chapter 9, which is group. Okay, in your textbook, there are two chapters covering this chapter. There are chapter 10, which is specifically for group, and also chapter 11, that is for decision making. So in our syllabus, chapter 9, which is group, here covers both groups and decision making. Okay, first let's see the definition of group. It is a very straightforward definition. Group here means two or more individuals interacting and interdependent who have come together to achieve particular objectives. So, group is when two or more workers working together to achieve the same goal. Okay, when you work on your group project, so you are working on a group lah. Okay, so with regards to group, there are two types of group, which are formal group and informal group. So formal group is the group formed by a manager to help the organization achieve its goal. So formal group here is basically the group which is determined by the organization. Group yang ditentukan oleh organization. So formal group here can be seen clearly on the organizational chart. When you see the organization chart, there are divisions or departments. Okay, for example, marketing department, HR department, finance department. So each and every department here has its own manager together with the employees working in a specific department. So the workers in finance department, for example, together with the manager, they are called as a formal group because they are determined by the organization to be in that group. So they are the formal group, which is determined by the organization, and we can clearly see from the organization chart. On the other hand, the informal group, it is the group formed with the purpose of creating friendships and achieving common interests. So informal group is a group which is not determined by the organization, and we cannot see on the organization chart. So this group is formed just to make friends, to form a relationship, okay, to create friendships. Okay, you have your own circle of friends in the organization. Okay, you are in finance department, you have a few friends in marketing department and another friend in IT department. So four of you are one group because you are best friends. So your group is called as the informal group. So which type of group is found in an organization? So we can find both. Okay, formal group is formed to perform a task required by the organization to achieve a goal. Informal group is formed just to socialize and to share the same interests. Okay, this part is a further classification of formal and informal groups. Okay, as I said just now, there are two types of group, formal and informal. So formal group here is divided into two more groups. Okay, the classification of formal group is, formal group consists of two more types, which are the command group and also task group. And the informal group consists of two more types, which are the interest group and friendship group. So let's see the first type of group, that is formal group. What are the classifications? Okay, the first classification of formal group is command group. It is a group composed of the individuals who report directly to a given manager. So command group is where a group where the employees have a manager that they have to report to. Okay, report to here means whatever they do, they will have to refer to this manager. So a clear example for command group is the group of the departments. Okay, employees working in a specific department, they have their own manager, so they are considered as one group, which we call as a command group. For example, human resource department has one manager, human resource manager, and there are 5 employees, let's say. So 5 employees in HR department together with the manager here, they are called as the command group, whereby all these 5 employees they have to report to this given manager, which is the HR manager. Task group, that is another classification of formal group, is those working together to complete a job or a task. Okay, task group is also considered as a formal group because it is determined by the organization. But the nature of task group is a bit different from the command group because of task group is where the top management pick or select a few individuals from various departments, and these few people will form as a group to complete one specific task or one special task. Okay, another name for task group is special task force. Okay, special task force. They are formed just to complete a special task. Okay, for example, you are, let's say, KBA 1114A group, let's say. Okay, so I am your lecturer teaching OB, so I am your manager. So you are one group of people taking OB, so you are considered as a command group. Okay, 4A is one command group, 4B one command group, and 4C is another command group with one given manager. That is me. Okay, let's say I want to organize one special project. Let's say an annual dinner, let's say. Okay, so I assign these three classes. Okay, I pick a few from these three classes, two from 4A, three from 4B, and five people from 4C. So all of you form as one group, and I am the leader. So I give you one special task, that is to organize an annual dinner. So this group is called as a task group that is formed to fulfill that special task only. So when that special task is completed, then the group is disbanded. Disbanded here means dibubarkan. So the difference between command and task group is that command group is a permanent group. Okay, group yang bertahan lama. Selagi you bekerja dalam HR department, you will be considered as part of the group. Okay, as long as you are still working. And task group is a temporary group. Once the task is completed, then there is no more group. Okay, and then next we go to the types or the classifications of informal group. First one is the interest group. It is the group whereby those working together to attain a specific objective with which each is concerned. Okay, in simple, interest group is a group that is formed uh, to achieve the same objective or the same interest. Interest here you can say as a hobby. People who have the same interest, they form a group. Itu dipanggil interest group. Okay, for example, you love fishing. Your hobby is fishing. So you have an interest in fishing. So this weekend, there is a fishing tournament, let's say. So you form your own group, let's say 5 of you. These 5 people have a high interest in fishing. You form a group just to attend that fishing tournament this weekend. So you communicate, you share your interests, you share the activities that you want to do just for that fishing event this weekend. So that is called as an interest group. Or you have arranged for a vacation to Bali end of the month. So you form a group with those who have the interest in traveling or to go for that vacation. So you create group just for that particular vacation at the end of the month. So katalah 10 orang yang berminat untuk join that vacation in Bandung to Bandung or Bali. So these 10 people, they are considered as the interest group because they share the same hobby and the same interest. Whereas the friendship group, that is another classification of informal group. It is those brought together because they share one or more common characteristics. So friendship group is a group that you form because of you share the same characteristic with other people. So yang ni selalu kita panggil clique lah, gang. Okay, you have your own circle of friends. Okay, so that is called as friendship group. Kenapa you pilih A, B and C as your friends or your close friends? Not. D, E, F. So A, B, and C, they are one friendship group. D, E, F, they are one friendship group because these two groups, they have the same interests. That's why they are in the same friendship group. So the difference between interest group and friendship group is interest group is temporary. So interest group ni adalah group yang temporary, maksudnya apa? Sementara. Because once the objective has been achieved, then the group is disbanded. Okay, katalah you punya tadi, for example, the group you form to go to Bali for that vacation. So once the vacation is over, then there is no more group. So once the fishing tournament is over, then there is no more fishing group. But for the friendship group, you will stay in that group forever, as long as you still have that same characteristics with other members.
Now we go to reasons for joining a group. There are 6 reasons for people to join a group. First is security. Okay, security here means reduce the insecurity of standing alone, feel stronger, fewer self-doubts, and more resistant to threats. Okay, some people they join a group because of they will feel secure. Secure ni maksudnya dia selamat lah. Okay, daripada dia bergerak ataupun buat kerja seorang-seorang. So it is better to work or to join a group in order to perform a task because of they will feel stronger. Kenapa? Because of they have other group members to back them up and to help them out if something happens. Okay, so that is for security reason. The second reason is status. Inclusion in a group viewed by outsiders as important provides recognition and status. So some people they join a group because of the status reason. Maksudnya di sini ada setengah orang ni dia masuk ataupun dia join group ni sebab dia nak other people view them as someone important. So dia nak orang yang di luar sana tengok ataupun beranggapan bahawa dia ni orang yang penting. Sebab itulah dia ni diterima masuk dalam sesuatu group. Okay, for example, you join the group, you join an MPP group. So when you join this group, MPP group, you join for a status reason, let's say. Why? Because you want other friends who are not in that group to see you as someone important. So it reflects your status. Orang nampak you ni ada status yang lebih tinggi lah, sebab tu you diterima masuk sebagai group member. So you nak orang lain mempunyai tanggapan yang baik lah, sebab you are someone important. That's why you belong to that group. Okay, the third reason is for self-esteem. Okay, provides feelings of self-worth to group members in addition to conveying status to outsiders. Okay, self-esteem ni don't get confused with status reason tadi. Self-esteem ni it is your own feeling. Okay, when you join a group, you want to feel that you are appreciated. You want to feel that you are valued. You have something inside you. So you nak orang group members tu merasakan you ni adalah orang yang ada nilai. Okay, boleh dipercayai. That is for self-esteem. Status reason tadi you nak orang lain tengok you sebagai orang yang penting. Okay, orang di luar daripada group. But for self-esteem reason, you want your group members to see you as someone who has value that you can contribute to the group. Okay, the next reason is affiliation. Some people join group for affiliation reason. Affiliation means to fulfill social needs. Enjoys regular interaction can be primary source for fulfilling need for affiliation. Okay, affiliation reason ni maksudnya kita join group ni sebab nak bersosial, berkawan, to make friends. That is for affiliation reason. Kenapa you masuk group A ni? Because of affiliation reason, because you want to make friends. Okay, so that is called as affiliation. The next reason is power. Some people join a group for power reason. What cannot be achieved individually often becomes possible. Power in numbers. Okay, there are certain tasks which you cannot complete individually or on your own. So you need other people to work with you in order to complete the task. So you have power in numbers. Power in numbers ni maksudnya bila kita bekerja beramai-ramai ni sekali dalam grup dengan group members, so kita mempunyai kebolehan dan keupayaan. That is called as people join group for power reason, because they want to complete something. Okay. And lastly is goal achievement. Some tasks require more than one person. Need to pool talents, knowledge or power to complete the job. So in such instances, management may rely on the use of formal group. Okay, goal achievement ni, it is quite related to the reason number 5, power, meaning that in order to achieve something or to achieve the goal, people have to work together in a group. Okay, example given here as a formal group. For example, marketing department. An employee is marketing department is called as a formal group. So one employee in marketing department is impossible to complete or to achieve the goal of marketing department. So they have to work together, all of the employees in marketing department, to work together as a group to achieve the goal of marketing department. So people join the group here because of in order to achieve the goal.
Now we go to group cohesiveness, and we'll see what are the factors that increase cohesiveness. So you need to understand what is cohesiveness first. Okay, group cohesiveness. It is a degree to which group members are attracted to each other and are motivated to stay in the group. So in simple words, cohesiveness here means keserasian. Okay, group members, are they attracted to one another or not? Are they happy to work with one another or not? That is called as cohesiveness. Okay, closeness, that is cohesiveness, closeness. So this is always an issue when people work in a group, whether group members are cohesive or not. Bila kita bekerja dalam group, ini perkara paling penting yang kita kena tengok, address, that is cohesiveness, whether we are close to one another or not. Okay, are we close to all the group members or not? Because it is very important to determine the completion of the task. Okay, so when you work in a group, and as I said, cohesiveness is very important. So let's see what are the ways to make group more cohesive. So macam mana cara untuk membuatkan group member ni lebih serasi antara satu sama lain, ataupun lebih rapat dan erat antara satu sama lain. So that is increasing group cohesiveness. So there are 7 ways over here to increase the cohesiveness. First is make the group smaller. Okay, kecilkan group size. Why? Because when you have a small group members, then there is a high chance that you get to know each other better. So your relationship will be very good with one another, and each member will be more cohesive with one another compared to when you work with a larger group. So there is a less chance to get to know one another deeply. So there will be less cohesiveness. So sebaik mungkin form a group yang ada sedikit saja member, 5-6 orang. Then you have a lot of chance to talk to one another and to get to know each other. The second way to increase cohesiveness is by encouraging agreement with group goal. So this point here means let the group members or encourage the group members to agree with the group goals. Okay, kita dapatkan persefahaman dan persetujuan group members ni dengan goal yang kita nak capai dalam group kita. Okay, for example, I assign you with a group assignment. Let's say to do a group presentation. So you have set a goal in your group, that is to get A for the group presentation. So make sure that everybody in that group has the same goal, that is to get A. Then all of you in that group will work harder to achieve that same goal. Jangan set the goal. Let's say you have 6 members. 4 members want to get A and 2 members just want to get C. Pas pun dah cukup. So by having this kind of situation in a group, whereby everybody not having the same goal, then you will not be cohesive because you have a different target to achieve or different goal to achieve. So make sure everybody has the same goal to achieve, then all of you will work harder and together to achieve the same goal that you have set. Number 3, increase time members spend together. Luangkan lebih banyak masa bersama. Not just spend time to work. You can also spend time socializing outside the working hours. Go out together, have lunch together, have dinner together, share your hobby together, and you spend time together. Then you get to know each other better. Next is increase group status and admission difficulty. This point here means increase the status of the group. Let other people see that your group has high status and it is not easy to become the member. That is the admission difficulty. Susah nak jadi member dalam sesuatu group. For example, MPP group, let's say, it is not easy to enter that group. So that refers to admission difficulty. So the status of that group is quite high to the public. So when you get to join that group, because of it is so hard to enter that group, you will work harder to stay in that group. So you will try to get along with other members. Then in the end, it will increase the cohesiveness. Next, stimulate competition with other group. Stimulate, it is like encourage lah. Okay, stimulate competition with other groups. Cuba wujudkan competition, persaingan dengan group yang lain. Okay. When there is a competition with other groups, you in your own group will work harder to win the competition. So because of you work harder together, in the end, all of you will be very cohesive with one another. Okay, group A is competing with group B. So because of these two groups want to win the competition, so every group member will work harder and work together. Okay, so they will be very cohesive with one another. Next, give reward to the group, not individuals. Okay, this is the best way to increase cohesiveness. Whenever the group has achieved something, okay, whenever the group has performed better, so the top manager or the top management must reward everybody in the group, meaning that reward all the group members, not just reward the group leader or any specific individual. So by rewarding everybody in the group, they will be very happy. Then it will stimulate them to work harder in future. So katalah you dah buat satu group presentation and I am very happy with that presentation. So I reward you with 10 ringgit each for the group members. All group members will get 10 ringgit each. So everybody feel appreciated with the effort given and contributed. So next time when there is another group project again, so everybody will work harder and together. So that will make them very cohesive with one another. Rather than you just reward the individual. Let's say you perform a very good group presentation, I just reward the group leader. Saya bagi dia RM50. Other group members do not get anything. So other group members will not be very happy and they will walk away. So cohesiveness will be very, very low. And lastly, physically isolate the group. Here means isolate means asingkan. Asingkan group you daripada group yang lain. Then all the group members will be very cohesive. So what is the reason? Kenapa dengan mengasingkan your group with other groups, you will be very cohesive with one another? It is because you don't have anybody to help you out if you have any problem. You only have your group members to help you out if anything happens. Okay? Asingkan group you. Let's say there are 5 groups in your class. 4 groups are in UiTM and 1 group wants to isolate the group. So you are in, let's say somewhere else, Gunung Jerai. So by being there alone in your group, your group is the only group over there. And if anything happens, you don't have anybody to help you out. So you only have your group members. So you get to know each other better and it will increase your cohesiveness. Okay, next we go to how groups make decision by aggregation. Okay, there are 6 ways normally group make decision, and I believe you have experienced some of this. Okay, so there are 6 ways group make decision: by lack of response, by authority rule, by minority, majority rule, consensus, and unanimous consent. Okay, the first one here is by lack of response. Okay, you can see from the textbook the explanation and the definition given by this way of group decision making. Okay, it says in the textbook on page 232, which is in chapter 11, we are in decision making now. Decision by lack of response. During the group decision making process, group members suggest ideas that no one responds to. Idea after idea is suggested without any discussion. Okay, in simple way to explain decision by lack of response is it is a situation whereby whenever the group members give ideas, there is no response from other members. Okay, for example, you sit together as one group, then you are discussing something. Let's say member A threw out one idea. So whenever he or she throws out the idea, the other members do not say anything, just being silent. So there is no response from the other member. Then the second member, let's say B, throws out an idea, and suddenly this idea gets a response from the other members. So this situation of group decision making, it is called as lack of response because of some of the ideas thrown out by some members were not given any response, and because of this, these ideas were not discussed. Only ideas which got the response will be discussed and considered for the final decision. Okay, katalah A dah bagi idea, then nobody responded, tak ada respon langsung. And bila B bagi idea, member lain start bagi feedback and they start discussing. So it is as if A's idea is not good. Okay, and in this situation, only B's idea is considered for final decision. But in reality, it is not that the idea given by A is not good, but it is just that the nature of the group members. Okay, kadang-kadang kita pun berada dalam situasi yang macam ni, whereby we are maybe thinking about something else. When the group member give the idea, we don't know what to say, so we just keep quiet and do not give any response. So that is called as lack of response because of some of the ideas are not receiving any response. Only some ideas are receiving the response. Okay, the second type of group decision making is by authority rule. Okay, authority here means power. Okay, in your textbook, it is called as decision by formal authority. A group's chairperson, leader, manager, head, or some other authority figure makes certain decision on behalf of the group. So by its name, by authority rule, authority means power. So it is a decision making whereby only the people who have power in the group make decision. So normally it is the group leader lah. Okay, so you form a group and there is one group leader. So in all situations, the group leader is making decision for the group. That is called as decision by authority rule. So is this the best group decision making? Not necessarily, it depends on situation. Okay, let's say you are discussing on your trip for the semester end and your group member makes a decision for you. Okay, our trip will be to Baling. Okay, without taking any ideas from other members. So this will make other members not happy. So in that situation, authority rule is not the best group decision making. Okay, only orang yang mempunyai kuasa sahaja yang membuat keputusan and it will cause dissatisfaction among members. Okay, next is decision by minority. This decision-making method involves 2 or more people who dominate and control the group. making the decisions for the group. So decision by minority is where a few people, whereby a few people, and these few people are dominating. Dominating means conquering. Dia ni mengawal group ni. These few people who are dominating and controlling the group, they are making a decision on behalf of the group. Okay, for example, you form a group, 6 people of you. 2 members are very talkative and keep contributing ideas, and the other 4 are silent members, not so active in the discussion. So these 2 people are dominating and controlling the group, and they are making the decision for this group. So if this is the situation, so the decision making made by this group is called as decision by minority. Kenapa minority? Because hanya ada beberapa bilangan kecil sahaja yang mendominasikan grup tu, yang membuat keputusan. Is this good? Well, it depends as well, but normally it is not good because it causes dissatisfaction to other members. When they are quiet, it doesn't mean that they are happy with all the decisions. So because of people are quiet in a group, maybe there is another approach to get ideas from these people. Okay, so by hook or by crook, you have to get ideas from everybody first before making a decision. So minority is not the best group decision making. Okay, then next one is decision by majority rule. Okay, maybe you understand this clearly. This decision making method uses voting or polling as the basis for deciding, and is commonly practiced by most legislative groups around the world. Okay, in easy words, decision by majority rule is whereby majority of the group members agree on the decision. I use the word majority. Majority here means most of the group members. Sebilangan besar daripada group member tu bersetuju dengan keputusan yang dibuat. And normally majority rule here is using voting to make decision. Voting ni undian lah. Okay, there are 6 of you in a group, and you take votes and you count votes to make decision. Okay, first option for our group vacation is number 1 is Baling, second is Bandung. So who agree with number 1 Baling? And you count the votes. And who agree with the second option, that is Bandung? And you count the votes. So the majority votes will be the decision to be made. So that is majority rule. So is this good? Yes, it is good because it makes the majority or the most of the group members happy. But still, it makes the people who do not agree, that is the minority, feel the dissatisfaction. Okay, so every group decision making here has its own benefits and also drawbacks, advantages and disadvantages. Okay, and the last 2 types of group decision making here are the decision by consensus and decision by unanimous. Okay, so these 2 types of group decision making are quite similar, but there is a slight difference. For these 2 types of group decision making, I want you to explain this. Okay, please read the textbook for these 2 types and explain this in your own understanding, and try to come up with your own example. Don't copy word by word from the textbook. Okay, so these are the advantages of group decision making. So in later slides or the next slide, we will have the disadvantages of group decision making. Okay, some of us might think that group decision making has a lot of advantages. Yes. Okay, yes, it might be true. but they are also the drawbacks of the group decision making. Drawbacks here means the disadvantages. Okay, so for this will be your second question. Not the second question, this will be your blended learning question to be answered using Google Classroom. So please refer to Google Classroom for blended learning and wait for the question to be posted for the advantages and also the disadvantages of group decision making.
Okay, what are the disadvantages of group decision making? As listed here, the first disadvantage is diminishing team spirit. Actually, there are a lot more disadvantages. You can use your common sense here, but let's look at a few points over here. Diminishing team spirit here means the spirit to be in a team is or keeps reducing. Okay, semangat berada dalam kumpulan tu makin lama makin berkurangan. So that is meant by diminishing team spirit. Why does that happen? It is because that when some of the group members, when they give ideas, their ideas are not considered by other members. So when this happens, they will feel left out. So when they feel that they are left out and not appreciated, they don't have any a strong spirit to be in a group. So they'll try to reduce their effort. They don't feel like they belong to the group, and that is called as diminishing team spirit. The second one is domination, individual or few people domination in the group. Domination means there is someone or there are a few people in the group controlling the group. They take charge, okay, without thinking and without considering other group members. So for example, that always happen is the group leader, okay, that is who is taking control of the group or who is dominating the group. He or she is the one who makes decision without asking or seeking suggestions from other members. So that is called as the group leader is dominating the group. So dia ni yang mengawal ataupun control group ni. So that is one of the disadvantages. So when this happens, ada domination, then other members or other group members feel not appreciated lah. Okay, they feel that they don't have any value to the group. Okay, that is the second one. Okay, the third one is in terms of time spent in a group. So when decision is made in a group, definitely a lot of time has to be spent, okay, in the group, because ideas are to be given by every group member. Then ideas will be evaluated or must be evaluated first. Then only decision can be made. So that takes a lot of time when it involves group decision making. Next disadvantage is swayed opinion. What is meant by swayed? Swayed here means influence. Okay, some ideas or some group members' ideas can easily be influenced by other members. Okay, katalah seorang ni bagi idea ni senang dipengaruhi oleh orang lain, ataupun orang lain mempengaruhi idea yang diberi oleh seseorang group member. So that influence is not good to the other group members. It will lead to a biased decision making. Mungkin seorang dua group members ni dia favor idea from member number one. So dia akan try influence member number one ni to give idea and to follow the decision made by these two people. Okay, so ada influence, ada pengaruh daripada member yang lain. That is an easy way to understand swayed opinion. And the last disadvantage is groupthink. Okay, groupthink is a situation where the group is giving a priority to the cohesiveness or to the relationship rather than to the group goal. Okay, so when groupthink occurs in a group decision making, okay, there will be less critical evaluation on ideas. Okay, decision made in the group will only be focusing on the harmonious relationship among members. Okay, kalau group think ni berlaku, ianya tak bagus lah. Okay, that's why it is called as the disadvantage. The group members tend to put aside the group goal. Okay, group member ni dia tak pentingkan goal of the group, tapi dia lebih pentingkan keserasian antara group members. So, decision yang dia buat ni lebih mementingkan kepada nak jaga perasaan group members yang lain lah. So, that is called as group think. So, that is not good for the group performance as well as the organisation performance. So, you can also give other disadvantage common sense. Okay.